Hi, I'm the Smoking Elk and today we are making a delicious tomato pie. So today's dish is based on a recipe from the DJ BBQ Fire Food book. It's tomato pie. I've actually had the pleasure of tasting it cooked from the man himself. We went to a DJ BBQ masterclass over in France a few weeks back, and the guys knocked up this tomato pie and it was absolutely delicious. So I've been wanting to recreate it. I'm going to add a couple of little bits of my own touch in there. Let's get cracking. So we've got a bumper harvest of tomatoes this year thanks to Mrs. Smoking Elk. We've got she's been growing plenty of herbs, chilies and tomatoes, which is great. Absolutely fantastic to use stuff that you can just go out, pop out into the garden, pick some herbs, pick some chilies, pick some tomatoes and use them in your cooking. So we're going to be doing the tomato pie. We're going to be using nice fresh tomatoes from the garden. We're going to be cooking it on the Kamado Joe, Big Joe. Let's crack on. First thing we want to do is slice the tomatoes, because we're going to put some salt on them, stick them in a colander and drain out some of the moisture before we put them in the pie. So we're going to take the tip off like so, and then we're just going to finely slice. And with these tomatoes, you can grow them yourself, fresh is best. With these, so much more flavour than your supermarket fare. So I'm going to go ahead and just get these sliced up quickly. Okay, that should do us. Got some lovely fresh sliced tomatoes. What we're going to do with these, take a colander over a bowl and then just slide those in. Spread them out as even as you can, and then a bit of salt, give them a quick flip, a bit more salt, and they're going to sit over that bowl for about 20 minutes or so to get rid of the excess moisture. So, quick run through of the ingredients. We've got some bread, which is going to form the base of the pie. DJ BBQ in his book Fire Food does recommend a couple of day old sourdough bread. I haven't got any sourdough, so we've got some thick sliced bread here that's a few days old. We're going to take the crust off those and we're going to cube that and use that. We've got an onion which is going to be grated, so we're going to do that in a sec. About 150 grams of cheddar cheese, about 100 grams of full fat mayonnaise, a spring onion, got some oregano, or as you say over the pond, oregano. We're going to want this quite spicy, so we're going to mix a jalapeno into the cheese mix, and then we're going to top with, we've got a red and a ripened, we've got a green jalapeno and a ripened red jalapeno there that we're going to use for the topping, as well as the spring onion. Got some Worcestershire sauce, good old salt and pepper, and that's it. So let's crack on, get the onion grated and start to build the pie. Watch your fingers when you're doing this. Highly dangerous work, making tomato pies. And now to do. We don't want all that juice that's in there, for the same reason we don't want the juice from the tomatoes. So we're just going to pull the grated onion out and set that to one side. Next up, the bread. Don't want the crusts, so just go ahead and slice those off. Kids will love this, because they probably don't like eating their crusts. So just tell the kids that the bread going in there hasn't got crusts. Job's a good one. And then just slice into cubes. And that is that bit done. Spring onion, this is going to go on the top of the pie, so just slice at the angle like so. and again. So we're going to use one of these to go in the filling, and these are going to go on top. So for the filling, take the stalk off. You can keep the seeds and the membrane, or you can lose them. I like to keep some of the heat in. I don't like this big chunky bit of membrane, so just cut that out. And then thinly slice. You want to finely dice a jalapeno that's going as part of your filling. So that's the filling, for the filling. And then on top, to make it look pretty, we're going to put these two. And with these, we're just going to slice thinly. So that's your chilies done, spring onions are done, your bread's done, tomatoes are drying out. Now, this isn't in the book. I think the idea of tomato pie is probably to please the vegetarians. Nice side dish maybe. This is the main event today for us. So in with the bacon, just to give it that another level. So everything's prepped. What we're going to do now is make the filling, the cheese filling. So what we're going to do, we've got the cheese at 150 grams. I think it's about 160, 170 in there, but I don't know who's counting. Next in, we've got the grated onion that's going to be mixed in there, and we've got the mayonnaise. So in it goes. Want all of that mixed thoroughly. Almost forgot. Get that bacon in there. Oh yes. Who doesn't love the bacon? Should have got a bigger bowl for this. I'm going to get a bigger bowl for this. Bigger bowl accomplished. So in that goes. I'm just going to give that a good mix until it's all combined. Cheese, mayo, bacon, onion. So that's the basis of your filling. Let's build the pie. Almost forgot. See, it's Saturday, I had a few beers last night, so I might be a little bit forgetful. But we want those jalapenos into the cheese mix. So again, give it a good mix. Get those jalapenos mixed in, just to add that little kick in each bite. So let's build the pie. Now I'm going to take a nice pan with a bit of depth to it. DJ BBQ says to use butter to grease the pan. As we've cooked bacon in there already, it'd be rude not to use the bacon fat. So we've got bacon fat in there. We've smeared it around the edges, so that's ready to go. So what you want to do, take about half of the bread and just build yourself a little base for the pie to sit on. So it doesn't have to be perfect. This is a very rustic, messy, get a fork and dig in type dish. Probably could have done with a little bit more bread, so we're going to use most of this for the base. Should have gone to the shop, got some more bread really, you know, but we will make do. So there's your base, fill in the gaps like so. I mean, we shouldn't need the bread in the middle layer really, because we've been getting the moisture out of those tomatoes, taking the moisture out of the onions. So that's it, there's your base. Now let's get some tomatoes layered on there. Doesn't have to be pretty, like I said, it's one of those rustic, messy, just dig in with a fork type dishes. So we're not looking to win any beauty awards with this. Get a nice base. And there we go, maybe a couple more. And that'll do for now. Next up, take your filling, the cheesy goodness. There we go, out to the edges. There you go. And then next, a few more tomatoes. Again, just dotted around. We're not going for any beauty competitions. We're not looking for awards for best dressed tomato pie. What we're looking for is flavour, and this is going to have it in abundance. Almost forgot. I did actually forget. So I forgot the oregano and the Worcestershire sauce. It's not a tragedy. Just for my height, just sprinkle some of that oregano. Got about a teaspoon in total. So just sprinkle that onto this layer, like so. Worcestershire sauce. Again, just a few splashes, like so. And then get the rest of this cheese mixture on top. Now I may actually have to get a bit more cheese, but what we'll do is we'll spread this on, and then what we'll probably do is grate a little bit more on top to finish it off. We're going to grate some parmesan on there anyway. Like I said, there's no right or wrong way of doing this. Probably not completely followed the recipe. Probably could have done with a bit more mayo in there to spread that. Doesn't matter. What matters is the end result. So we're going to get some more cheese, and we're going to get some Parmigiano Reggiano, or Parmesan as us Brits call it. I'll be back. Don't forget your seasoning. Plenty cracked black pepper on there. I do like my black pepper. Obviously, put as much on to your personal taste. So cracked black pepper and some salt on there. There we go. Cheese. As you can tell, I'm very disorganised with this cook. Had a few beers last night, a few rums, a couple of bourbons, and I thought, oh no, I'll get out and I'll do a video when I'm hanging schoolboy era. But this is going to fix that. So every cloud, as they say. So chuck some more cheese on there, because you're going to never go wrong with more cheese. Don't be shy. I want to just try and cover the rest of that pie. Well, I've got a better cheese grater somewhere, but again, disorganised Elkie. I thought I'd bring out the smallest grater I have. So yeah, don't make videos when you're hungover. But like I said, this is the plan to fix the hangover. I do like a bit of Parmesan, Parmigiano Reggiano. This is some 36-month-old stuff I bought back from Bologna earlier on this year, and it just adds a nice bit of umami. I put this stuff on everything. Anything that requires cheese, chuck this on, honestly. So again, don't be shy, don't worry about the mess, just get it on. There we go. Let's have another splash of Worcester sauce. It's going to be add to the flavour. Spring onions, on they go. Chilies, mix them up and make it rain, as DJ BBQ would say. Oh yes, as it's a tomato pie, got these small tomatoes from the garden that we're just going to garnish and top the pie with. See, look, now we're making it look pretty. No, we're not. This is about as pretty as it gets for me. And that, I'd say, is ready to go. So let's get over to the Kamado Joe, Big Joe. What we've done is we've, on the Kamado Joe, Big Joe, we filled the firebox, stuck a couple of firelighters in there. I like to put them to one side when we're cooking indirect. So we start the fire on one side. Once the fire's going, we've put the heat deflectors in, we've put the divide and conquer system in, close the lid, we've got the top vent fully open, we've got the bottom vent fully open till we got to about 300, 310 Fahrenheit, and then we started to dial in the temperature, and we're now sitting at about 360, 370, which is exactly where we want to be. That's about 185, 190 Celsius, so exactly where we want to be. Let's go and stick this pie in. Kamado Joe, Big Joe, we're sitting at about 360, which is about 180 centigrade, which is absolutely fine. Gonna go in there, sit that pie in, and we're going to let that bake for about 25 to 30 minutes. So we check back then, see how we've done on this monster of a hangover Saturday cook. We're 25 minutes in. Let's have a look and see how we're getting on. Oh baby, check this out. Now this is going to teach my hangover a lesson. Job done. Tomato pie based on the DJ BBQ Fire Food recipe. If I can cook this on a hangover, anybody can cook this. Nice easy dish, cheesy dish. Hoping it's going to cure my hangover. It sure smells good. I did say earlier it's not winning any awards, but take a look at this. Take a look at this and you tell me if that is not a thing with beauty. Oh yes. Should we dig in? Let's give it a slice. There's not going to be much form to this. I needed more bread probably. I don't care. Let's get a slice of this onto a plate. I mean look. Look, that is worth waiting for. So, there we go. Let's go in. Give it a taste. LQ1, hangover nil. This will cure the mothers of all hangovers. Cheesy, lovely bit of kick to it, nice fresh tomatoes coming through, salty bacon. Oh, DJ BBQ, take a bow, because that is absolutely beautiful. I'm going to go away, sit on the sofa, eat the rest of this, eat myself into oblivion. I'll see you next week. As always, please hit subscribe, hit the notifications so you get notified each time I release a new video. I'm aiming to release a new video every Thursday, so keep your eyes peeled. I've been the Smoking Elk, you've been amazing, and this is cheesy, spicy tomato pie.